Update. And Lauren, can you walk us through what happened just moments ago?
Well, Isabel, the House needed a simple majority to impeach the president, and they got it. The final tally was 232 to 197. 10 House Republicans joined the Democrats and voted to impeach. House lawmakers charged the president with one article of impeachment for incitement of insurrection, citing his role in the attack on the Capitol. That violence happened 1 week ago today. Debate over impeachment lasted nearly 3 hours this afternoon. So now it's on to the Senate trial, but when is a bit up in the air. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said that he will not call the Senate back to Washington this week. So the Senate trial is likely to dominate the early days of Biden's presidency. And we haven't heard from President Trump since the vote became official. It did just happen moments ago. But while the House was debating, we did hear from the president through his press office regarding the reports of more demonstrations. He says, in part, I urge there must be no violence, no law breaking, and no vandalism of any kind. He's calling on all Americans to help ease tensions. And sources are telling both ABC News and CNN that President Trump is expected to respond to the impeachment proceedings before the end of the day, likely through a video statement. We'll bring you any new developments both on air and through our free mobile app.
Thank you, Lauren. Coming up at 5:30, we'll go more in depth on what exactly is at stake here for President Trump and the potential impacts on his political future. Jameson.
We're giving you a live look outside now as we check in with Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Dennis, some showers out there.
You know, today, apparently we've all woke up to living in Seattle because it's cold, it's raw, it's damp. I mean, it's not what Florida expects this time of the year. Typically, we're sunny and 70 degrees. Right now, we are cloudy, we are dreary, we are rainy, we are cold, and that's going to continue for another 6 or 7 hours. So if you are thinking of going out this evening, you'll need the umbrella. At least many of us will. Right now, no rain going on in Pasco or Hernando County, but there's more on the way. These temperatures have really not budged from the entire day. Mid-50s right now in Tampa, 57 in Palm Harbor, 56 in Sarasota, low 60s in Kathleen, 53 in Brooksville. There it is. That's the moisture coming in off the Gulf and that front moving from north to south. So we're going to be looking at this rain until probably around midnight. But by tomorrow morning, things begin to improve as we get a lot more sunshine. That is until our next front arrives. I'll tell you when that is coming up in a couple of minutes.
We'll see you shortly. Thank you, Dennis. Turning next to new numbers just in as we continue to track Florida's COVID-19 outbreak. State health officials reporting nearly 14,000 new cases and 169 additional deaths since yesterday. We've seen more than 1.5 million total cases connected to our state since the pandemic began. Nearly 23,400 people have died. The other key number is the statewide positivity rate for new cases. Health officials say yesterday's rate dipped down slightly to just above 10%. You can see for several days before that, that rate was around 10.5%. But this number is still higher than where health experts want it, which was below 5%. It's round 2 of COVID-19 vaccinations in Hillsborough County, and today we've got good news to report. Officials say the distribution process has gone much smoother than last week.
ABC Action News reporter JJ Burton went out to see it firsthand, and the message health officials want you to know before you head out for a vaccination.
The long lines, the cold weather, and the nearly 2 hours spent in the car was worth it for this grandmother.
I'm just so happy.
And Dodie Gwen is one step closer to getting back to her life before COVID-19, thanks to this vaccine.
I didn't have any, hesitation at all.
And Dodie says she has places to go and special people to see and hug and kiss again.
I'm originally from Houston, and my children and grandchildren live there, and I have not seen them in a year. So as soon as I get this second shot, I'm gone.
Dodie says she will be back here on February 3rd for the second dose of the vaccine.
Ready to see my family, ready to, move around. Of course, we'll have to continue to wear masks. We expect that.
She's planning to get here early, but not too early. And county officials say that's one of the issues they're having at all 3 sites. And they say this is causing traffic backups and delays for folks who are arriving on time for their appointments.
We want people to show up on time for your appointments. That will get you through as quickly as possible.
And the county has made several adjustments, and they've added extra help at all the sites to get people through quicker.
This is a complex operation that we have a lot of moving parts, and we're continuing to make adjustments as we can. So we just ask for patience with everyone.
They plan to vaccinate at least 9,000 people between today, Thursday, and Friday. And if you weren't able to get an appointment this week, you can try again next week. In Plant City, JJ Burton, ABC Action News.
Such important work being done there. And within the last few hours, Pasco County has started filling 500 appointment slots for vaccinations. An online portal opened this afternoon at 2. Half the appointments went to people on the wait list, and the other 250 will go to older adults who are not on the list. If you're on the wait list, you should have received an email, and you had until 5, so just minutes ago, to make an appointment. Unfortunately, the county says if you didn't make one, your spot will be given to someone else. If you weren't on the wait list and you couldn't make an appointment when the portal opened earlier, the county says to check back in now. Vaccines will be distributed on Friday. We have this information on the homepage on abcactionnews.com. You can also find details about how to make an appointment in other counties as well. Just look for this article right here. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has announced a way to help the family of a fallen deputy. Master Corporal Brian Levine was killed Monday, just one day before his last shift. The Sheriff's Office says anyone who wants to donate to his family can do so through the Lynn Sowers Memorial Foundation. We're told at this time this is the only official platform collecting money in his memory. We have a link to the fund up on our website, abcactionnews.com. Meanwhile, the man accused of killing Corporal Levine by intentionally slamming a car into his cruiser is now facing 9 charges, including murder.
Turning back to new developments in Washington, D.C., we're learning around 100 people have been arrested on criminal charges in connection to last week's violence at the U.S. Capitol. That's according to the Associated Press. It comes as security is ramping up in D.C. ahead of Inauguration Day. New video from today shows National Guard troops getting in place, and they are armed. The National Guard plans to have up to 15,000 troops to meet the requests for the inauguration. It comes after an FBI warning that armed protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals, as well as the U.S. Capitol. We keep checking in with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and state leaders about those warnings. Florida Senate President Wilton Simpson has told Capitol staff to stay home on Sunday, with protesters likely to gather outside of the Capitol complex. Turning next to the Bolts, the Stanley Cup champs open the regular season tonight at Amalie Arena against Chicago.
ABC Action News sports anchor Kevin Lewis caught up with head coach John Cooper to talk about the most unique opening night in franchise history.
It's an opening night unlike any other, after an offseason unlike any other that was on the heels of a Stanley Cup playoff unlike any other. Tonight is supposed to be electric. The banner gets raised, fans go wild, the Lightning feel somewhat normal again, except it won't be normal. There won't be fans allowed inside Amalie Arena, and head coach John Cooper said it'll be bittersweet.
It's just different being in your home arena. You've been here for years, and to see, canvas on the seats and just, it's a different look. I think when the puck drops, nobody's going to notice anymore. It's just tough because it's a special night for us, opening the season, coming in as defending champs, and the people you want to have with you aren't going to be there.
Cooper said the only pregame skates you don't have to worry about are the one on opening day and the one before your first playoff game. Plenty of energy in both. The Bolts and Blackhawks drop the puck tonight at 8 o'clock at Amalie Arena. In Thunder Alley, I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC Action News.
We still find a way, don't we? We'll still ahead at 5, keeping local businesses alive. The change that has brewery and distillery owners breathing a sigh of relief tonight. Plus, helping Floridians struggling during the pandemic. How one lawmaker wants to protect people who face eviction during these challenging times. Stick around.
You're watching ABC Action News at 5. Also available as part of our 24/7 streaming news channel on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
With ABC's year-end sale, buy a new AC unit and get 0% financing for 6 years. $0 down with 0% financing for 6 years. Plus, get next-day installation. Trust ABC and consider it done.
I had a lady texting and driving and slam into the back of me. I was scared. I'm a father, so everything I do is for my daughter. If I can't work, that means I have to take away from my daughter. And that's not an option for me. Fair and Fair made it easy and made it smooth, and they kept calling me. They kept the contact. How's doctor's appointments going? How's physical therapy? It was, it almost felt like they were part of the family. I can't ask for a better team to support me.
We've seen it all here at Precision Garage Door. When garage doors fail, they can block you in the garage. You might have someone come out and first thing they do is give you an option for a new door, where I could give you an option on fixing the door that you have. I want to be their trusted advisor.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust. Florida Leather Gallery invites you to add more luxury to your life in the new year. We proudly offer a nationwide low price guarantee on all the famous brands you know and love, like Natuzzi Editions, Palliser, and more. Save up to 40% off thousands of items in stock, or work with our team of Lexperts who can help you customize your seating and bring your vision to life. Florida Leather Gallery, home of the famous stressless chair.
Who's ready for some good, clean fun? The 36th anniversary of the Florida RV Super Show, January 13th through 17th at the Florida State Fairgrounds. The largest RV show in America is back. 1,300 brand new 2021s, over 350 RV lifestyle booths, plus need-to-know seminars throughout each day, Wednesday through Sunday at the Florida State Fairgrounds. And now for your safety and no waiting, use our online ticket option at frvta.org. Presented by Florida RV Trade Association. 36 years of good, clean fun.
What's going on, Mom? Do I need a reason to stop by and see my favorite daughter?
Our home is your home.
No, your home is my home is my home, and your home is in Iowa.
Call Your Mother premieres tonight after the Connors on ABC.
Car or motorcycle accident? Don't worry about taglines. Focus on board certification. Call Manny and Gordon or visit us at fightnegligence.com.
If you've inherited something or have things you're just not wearing, come get the most for your jewelry.
Come to our estate buying event, and we'll pay you even more for your fine jewelry, diamonds, Rolex watches, or any other precious metals.
No other jeweler in Tampa Bay can match the buying power of the Golden Diamond Source.
Back to that breaking news out of Washington, D.C. The House of Representatives voting to impeach President Trump. The vote makes Trump the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice, and it comes 1 week to the day after the violence at the U.S. Capitol. We want to take you live now to Washington, D.C., where the House needed a simple majority to impeach the president, and that final tally was 232 to 197. 10 House Republicans voting to impeach, making this the most bipartisan impeachment in history. Coming up at 5:30, we're looking ahead to what's next and how this could impact the president's political future. Right now, St. Pete police are searching for a double shooting suspect and trying to get more information about just what happened here. We just got an update on the two shooting victims. Officers say a man is hospitalized in critical condition, but he is stable. We're told a female victim is in good condition tonight. Officers tell us that someone shot the man and the woman just before 2 this morning outside of a home on 12th Avenue South.
There's a new push tonight to protect Florida tenants hit hard during the pandemic. State Senator Chevron Jones just filed a bill that would stop a landlord from denying an applicant because of an eviction during the pandemic. Now, a national eviction moratorium has been extended until the end of January, but we told you last month Florida has the second highest number of people facing eviction if those protections end. Senator Jones says the hope is that this bill would help Floridians get back on their feet.
This will keep our businesses alive. That is a message from the owners of Tampa Bay breweries and distilleries, overjoyed tonight that the federal government has extended a tax break that would have hiked their costs up significantly. And this Rebound Report, ABC Action News reporter Sarah Hollenbach shows you how this change is now helping businesses stay open and rebound from the toughest year on the books.
I don't know any better way to describe it than hard.
In a year filled with uncertainty, LJ Gavoni at Big Storm Brewing Company now has a reason to raise his glass and cheer. Federal leaders have permanently extended the Craft Beverage Modernization and Tax Reform Act. Set to originally expire at the end of 2020, it would have led to steep tax increases.
Raw materials have gone up, labor's gotten more expensive in an odd and unique way. Now you add onto that excise taxes. If those had gone up as well, that would have been a recipe, I think, for a disaster for businesses of our size.
Most of us are familiar with kegs. This particular size is a half barrel, so 2 of these make up 1 barrel. This tax would have increased from $3.50 for a barrel to $7, something that Big Storm says would add up to tens of thousands of dollars a year, money they can now reinvest in their employees and their business. The impact would have been even more severe for craft distilleries.
We were looking at a 400% increase overnight.
A cost Matt Armstrong at St. Petersburg Distillery says would have been passed on to consumers.
It is for us as a craft industry statewide, the difference between staying open and closing up.
Brewery and distillery owners are now breathing a big sigh of relief as those tax breaks are extended indefinitely, knowing there's hope they will recover from this extraordinarily difficult pandemic.
It is a welcomed boost of confidence in 2021 that, I'm not sure would have been here otherwise.
In Pinellas County, Sarah Hollenbeck, ABC Action News.
Here's your rebound rundown. The tax break only applies to breweries that make less than 60,000 barrels a year and for distilleries that make less than 100,000 gallons a year. Breweries and distilleries also pay state excise taxes, but they're still waiting to find out if Florida will offer any state-level tax breaks because of the pandemic. Dennis, how are we looking?
Izzy, it is just crazy. I mean, when you look at Florida weather, this is not what you'd expect.
Nope, that's Seattle.
It is, right? With temperatures in the mid-50s, it had that raw, damp feel to it. Although, some folks loving it just because they remember come June, July, and August we'll be in the 90s, and then folks will be saying it's too warm, it's too humid, what gives? I get it, but today is definitely unusual. As you watch the rain come in from the Gulf, it started late this morning. It's continuing to do so, so you'll be dodging some raindrops here and there right on through probably about midnight. There's a live look at Titan Doppler radar, and none of this is particularly heavy. There's no severe weather. There's no thunder or lightning with it. Just some rain, and that continues until probably about 1 or 2 a.m. And then I would expect by tomorrow morning, it's all gone. Skies begin to clear. Pretty decent day, if not a very nice day on Thursday. And then more changes on Friday. Right now, anywhere from the upper 50s in Zephyr Hills, low 60s in Apollo Beach. Maca City at 60, 63 in Arcadia, 52 in Clearwater, 59 in Bradenton, Sarasota 56. Just a lot of cloud cover out there, and it really hasn't moved much all day long. When you get this kind of cloud cover, it just kind of lingers. The temperatures don't stray too far one way or the other. We're at 54 right now, under cloudy skies. There's a look at that satellite picture. Good news is any rain we get in January, February, or March is pretty unusual and a good thing because we all know the fire season usually kicks in around April or May and can get pretty rough if you haven't had a lot of rain. Now, this isn't going to do much to dent that, but again, every little bit helps. So right on through the evening hours, lots of clouds, overcast conditions, just a damp, raw evening with temperatures hanging where they are right now into the 50s. But by tomorrow morning, the clouds will be gone, the rain will be gone, and it turns out to be a really nice day back in the mid to upper 60s. So we're still cooler than we should be, but you're going to see sunshine returning. It won't last all that long, though, because on Friday, while we start off sunny, and by the way, Friday is going to be a pretty warm day. We're going to be back into the 70s, I suspect, at least low to mid 70s in many spots. But by Friday night and into Saturday morning, that's when our next front comes in, giving us another chance of some rain, and much cooler air rolls in by Saturday and again on Sunday. Maybe even a freeze Sunday morning for our northern counties. Tomorrow morning, mid-40s across our northern counties, Citrus, Sumter, maybe northern Hernando County, but most of us wake up in the lower 50s from Ruskin to Brandon, back to Bradenton, Sarasota, over toward Lakeland, Haines City, and Lake Wales. Afternoon highs, upper 60s, maybe a few folks flirting with 70 down south, mid-60s across those northern counties. And then a cool start to your Friday, but a clear one with temperatures mostly in the 40s, 43 Zephyr Hills, Lakeland 45, Newport Richey 46, St. Pete 55. And then the afternoon highs, we're back in the 70s, low to middle 70s. And then we can wave them goodbye again until next week because we cool off again Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And there it is. There are the 3 days, the 3-day weekend for a lot of folks. A lot of sunshine, but temperatures back below average. Maybe a quick shower. It's a possibility on Monday. I'm not really sold on that yet. But one thing I am sold on is the warm air behind it. Look at that. Upper 70s to near 80 degrees by next week. You knew that was bound to happen. And in fact, if you look from days 8 through 14, a couple of days down the road, or a couple of weeks around the road, rather, temperatures well above average, not just for us, but for most of the southeast. So I guess you could pretty much call it a January thaw, which is something that's really not all that unusual for this time of the year. For the boaters, northerly winds at 5 to 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet. Water temperature still hanging in there on the cool side. 63 degrees, sunrise 7:23, your sunset 4 minutes before 6. Lots of clouds out there tonight, some scattered showers until around midnight. But by tomorrow morning, I think you wake up to partly sunny skies. The beach, it'll be chilly, but it will be sunnier later in the day with a high temperature only around 60 degrees. Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. Away from the water, 66. Friday, 70. Pretty nice day. The rains hold off until late Friday night. Saturday morning before sunrise, maybe a shower. The rest of the weekend, sunny and cool. And then back in the 70s by next week.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Now to breaking news about a reported explosion and evacuation in St. Petersburg. Police say they're responding to an explosion inside of an apartment at Altamar at Broadwater. Action Air 1 is over the scene at 34th Terrace South, close to 38th Avenue South. And from what we're seeing there, maybe they've built a perimeter around one of the buildings there containing multiple units. Thankfully, we're not seeing any noticeable damage from outside there, but who knows what they're investigating there within that building. Police say they have evacuated around a dozen apartments just to be safe. The Tampa bomb squad has been called to make sure it is safe for residents to return. And police say they're still working to figure out if anyone here was hurt. Still ahead at 5, a lot of people are looking forward to the Super Bowl coming to Tampa, and that includes one local chocolate shop. The new hope tonight for this business as it gets ready to serve fans.
ABC Action News at 11. It's weather to plan your morning.
And we've got a cold front on the way.
It's news to keep your family safe.
The I-Team broke this story.
It's breaking news happening now.
Breaking news. We're going live.
ABC Action News at 11. It's news worth staying up for.
ABC Action News is sponsored by the Florida RV Super Show this Wednesday through Sunday at the Florida State Fairgrounds.
It's the #1 Lakeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Start Something New sales event. Truckloads of fresh inventory arriving daily. All new Renegades, Cherokees, or Compasses from $129 a month, 0% and no payments for 90 days. Lakeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep on I-4 exit 31 or at lakelanddodge.com.
Some clients say they're not the type of person who sues, but many of our cases are settled without having to sue anyone. In almost all of our car crash cases, insurance companies are responsible for paying the claim, not the person who hit you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Hey everybody, Joe with BJ, the owner of West Shore Home. And BJ, I know we've talked a lot in the past about how your team makes the bath remodeling process so easy and efficient, but today we get to see the process up close.
That's right, Joe. Good morning. Well, let's go over to the bathroom and check it out. All right, Joe, so what you see here is a pretty typical job for us. It's a little bit old and outdated, this one dating back to the 60s. And people are gonna replace this for 2 reasons. First, they want something more modern and stylish. Second, it's for the maintenance. They're really tired of dealing with the grout and the mold and the mildew, and they want something that's gonna be easier to clean.
So you're gonna replace this bath with a brand new bath, and you're gonna do it in one day.
That's right, Joe. We replace hundreds of baths like this every single day, and we're gonna take out this old, outdated tub and replace it with something beautiful and modern.
I gotta see this.
All right, let's get started.
Okay, so it's around noon right now. They just finished the tear out of the old bath. They're super efficient. It's super clean in here too. And now it's time to install the new bath. Wow. So modern, so beautiful, and what a transformation. Folks, seeing really is believing, and you saw it here today. The experts at West Shore Home can transform your bathroom just like this, and they can do it in one day. They really make it easy. So if you're tired of dealing with your old bath, call the number on your screen right now to set up a free quote on a bath replacement and take advantage of this special offer. Get free installation on a brand new shower or bath and get no money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months. You don't have to pay a dime until 2023. This offer is too good to pass up, so call West Shore Home now.
It's the #1 Lakeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Start Something New sales event. Truckloads of fresh inventory arriving daily. New Wranglers and Gladiators starting at just $249 a month. Hurry before they're gone. Lakeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep on I-4 exit 31 or at lakelanddodge.com.
New tonight, many small local businesses are hoping the Super Bowl will help them rebound from the pandemic.
And one of them is the new Peterbrook Chocolatier that recently opened up in downtown Tampa. Right now, the Hill family is busy making chocolate bars to go along with their chocolate footballs. Their opening was delayed months ago because of the pandemic, but now they are ready to cash in on Super Bowl mania.
So the Super Bowl could make up for that lost revenue that we didn't get from the holidays.